You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Wednesday on the Digital Sim Sports Network, and that means time for trucks. We got plenty of them. 29 to be exact here tonight. Formerly known as Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park Raceway, Speedway, whatever. I don't know what they call it. They painted a bunch of stuff green, put the words Echo Park all around the place. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It is what it is. You got a track sponsor, there you go. You get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Lots going on tonight, guys. You need to get started if you're going to do your winner pick and or your trifecta pick. If you're going to do your winner pick, get it into the chat ASAP. And if you're going to do the trifecta, give me the top 3 in order you expect to finish. There's some prizes to be given away thanks to our friends over at Beards Conson. And I got a special deal tonight. A one-timer. Fun game. Pick the number of lead changes you expect tonight. And that is official lead change where they cross the start-finish line as the number 1 truck on the pylon. If you guess that number, and no 2 people can have the same number, if you guess that number, however many lead changes they have, and you are right, you're going to get that much cash. And we'll work that out with the sponsor probably be a Venmo, PayPal, something. But make sure you're getting me your winner, your trifecta, and your number of lead changes tonight. All the fun, all the payoff this time round. Lots of games to be had tonight here. Another super speedway kind of race. And as much as I hate super speedway racing, this one's actually kind of fun. The guys can't just floor it and keep it floored because you'll wear the tires out. 4 lead changes. Wow. All right. Winner and your trifectas, your number of lead changes. 4 is already off the board. Got to get them in before we take the green flag for tonight's feature race. So get them in, folks. There's prizes, all kinds of prizes to be had here tonight. Give me your picks in the chat. We got 30 drivers in here tonight, by the way. We had 31 last week. Only driver that I am not seeing in the server tonight, inexplicably, number 24 of Corey Blevins doesn't appear to be here tonight. Everybody else made it back. They made it from Daytona to Atlanta. So he got lost on the way. Well, he went to Richmond and then he tried to come back. I mean, you know what? Interstate system can be complicated. Can't say a whole lot to the guy. I will tell everybody that winner number 43. Who drives the 43 truck? Oh, Reed Rundle. 43 to Mr. Church. Don't forget, pick your winner, pick your trifecta, and then if you want to play, give me what you think the number of lead changes will be during the race tonight. That's official at the line lead changes. And we will give away some cash with S's. Okay. I got Haley down for the 52 truck. Don't forget about those trifectas. The winner, you're going to get a small prize. The trifecta, if you hit it, that's going to be a pretty substantial deal. If you pick the number of lead changes, if they have 100 lead changes and you pick 100, you're going to win $100. It's as simple as that. The one thing that the drivers don't know is that if the quick qualifier this evening can also win this race, they get a $50 bonus on top of our Dash for Cash guys and everything else that's going. I think they got a hard charger in here and all kinds of stuff. So, some series to start to pay some money. We like it. Get me your picks, folks. You're running out of time. We're down to just a couple of minutes of practice, and then you're going to go through qualifying, and then it's going to be time for the main event. So get me your trifectas, get me your winner, and get me what you think your number of lead changes is. You just can't pick 4. That's it. Very simple. Light my chat up. And Jennifer, you weren't the first, but you can still make your picks. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah, the trifecta and the lead changes. That's what that was supposed to be. Running out of time quickly for all the picks, folks. Play the games. Doesn't cost you anything to play. Give me a winner's pick, a trifecta pick, and the number of lead changes you think we'll officially have here tonight. Where's that data box? Yeah, I don't. That box is not active. I don't know why. There it is. It is active. Haha, we can do it. We're going to be able to do that tonight, guys. We're going to have some fun. Yeah, we're not going to be able to give none of the prizes away if the fans don't do their picks. Pick me. What you think the number of lead changes will be. There's cash involved there. Pick me who you think the winner will be. There's prize involved there. Pick me if you can do the trifecta, the top 3 in order, and we'll give you a big prize there. Drivers rolling out for qualifying. Let's watch a few. Boys out, Pearson's out. Spalding, your winner from last week. There's the Crazy Clown 25 truck. That's what I was trying to say, Jay. This is a series. They got a hard charger money. They got at the end of the season, I think the least number of incidents, they're paying somebody money on that. There's all kinds of stuff going on in this league. Pretty amazing stuff. There's Jacob Mashburn. Adam Vinny's rolling himself out right now. Austin DeMoore's on track. Get your picks in, guys. Get your picks in. Trifecta. Nobody has picked. We got 3 winner picks, and we got 1 lead change pick. Running out of time is what we're doing. Bigelow right now, 31,782, the quickest. Let's go. I got to find him again. Let's go. Adam Vinny's going to be on his first time lap here. Yeah, pick the official number of lead changes. Oh, here we go. There's us a winner. There's a 64. And the trifecta, he's got 64, 43, 7. And he picked, 15 lead changes? All right. There we go. Now we got some playing. Hey, Jonathan Scott, 31-64. Stephen Pearson put it on 64 as well. Second quick. There goes Reed Rundle. The Lumberdew Jackwagon. Third quick right now. Garrett Boyd moves to 10th. There's one I'm looking for. I was looking for Mackey. That's one of the trucks I was looking for. Mackey goes by. He's 26th quick. Second lap's going to be the lap. They all run up to the outside by the fence, burn a little fuel, get a little heat in the tires. Second lap's the one everybody banks on. Adam Vinny made himself 8th quick. Noah Abbott now jumps into the top 10. Abbott's just about a half a tenth off. Man, you look at that top 10, it's not even a full half tenth of a second. That is quick and close. Mackey on lap 2, 7th quick. 31.668 for Mackey. Mike Forstner now. One of the last few guys. Get your picks in. Trifecta. Top 3 in order. Winner. Pick a winner. And the number of lead changes you think we'll have officially in the race. There's prizes and cash. It's just stuff. We got stuff to give away. We got plenty of it. And I hate when we don't get to give away prizes. Because if we don't get to give away prizes, it don't cost the sponsors anything. I love the sponsors. Love every one of them. But I want them to have to give stuff away. Mike Forster. 28th quick on lap number 1. He'll bank on lap number 2 here. Brian McAvoy, 3rd quick up there. Wow, that was less than a half a hundredth. Whoo, McAvoy close. 31.646. Rundle ends up 4th right now. We'll see what Forster's one of the last couple to actually put in. And as I said it a little bit ago, now I see that 31st truck. Everybody should be able to guess who it is, but Forster puts himself in the top 10. 31.672 for Mr. Forster. I do not believe the 24 truck's going to have a chance to go out and qualify, but Corey Blevins, Finally, made it in here. Vinny, Boyd, and Bigelow. Wow. 64, 21, and the 27 for Jay. And Jay, you had the 43 as your winner. Are you changing up on me? Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Jay. That was Jennifer. That was Jennifer. I looked at the wrong line. All right, guys, once they get to the green flag, we are We are done with picks. And you said 23 lead changes? Okay. All right, guys, let's get ready. Look at the official starting grid. Your fastest qualifier, Jonathan Scott, $50 bonus for him if he can win the race here tonight. Courtesy of Port Charlotte Lawn Care, I believe it is. 51 of Scott. The 83 of Pearson will make up our front row. They ran the exact same times. McAvoy in the 79, Rundle in the 43, row 2. Bartletta, the 81, Chavez the 23. There, our third row or fourth row is Austin DeMore in the 7, and Brandon Mackey in the 99. Mike Forstner, the 69. Kevin Spaulding, last week's winner. He'll be moving to the back. 10th in the qualifying order, but he'll be dropping back. Adam Vinny, the 64. Jacob Watson in the 31. They're row number 6. Noah Abbott, the 32. Brock Bigelow, the 27, in row 7. The 8th row is the 16 of Alex Thompson, and Garrett Boyd in the 21. Boyd will be dropping to the back as well as part of the top 4 in points. Russell Harrell, the 19. Coy Callis, the 2. They make up a row number 9. Your 10th row is Jesse Mackey in the 52. Frank Ranger in the 17. Then Michael Everett in the 8. And Lauren Legacy, the 28. They are row 11. Row 12 is Paul Bojanic and Todd Keir. Bojanic, the 3. Keir, the 88. And our last couple of rows. The 707 of Chris Gaxel. He'll drop the rest of the way to the back as he is in the top 4 in points as well. Dylan Herman, the 77, was his partner in that 13th row. Jacob Mashburn, the 22. Kyle Gomez, the 55. That is the 14th row. Ethan Lowe, the 71. Christian Macarelli, the 50, in our 15th row. And our lone guy on the back, Corey Blevins, going to get to see him come from the back. Once again, we've seen it a bunch of times. But we're going to see it once again tonight, and that's just because of lack of qualifying effort. Got here late. Punishment is no cue. Once we take the green, we're done. So if I don't see anybody put in anything in about the next, I would say, 30 seconds, we are going to lock it down where it is. And we are going to play it like we did last time. That pace. Go extending. We got one more lap. Oh, you got a reprieve. Everybody got a reprieve just now. You're going to get another pace lap to get your picks in. So get me. How many lead changes you think you're going to have tonight? Official. And that's at the start-finish line. Then give me your trifecta, who you think the top 3 will be in order. We'll take whoever you put first as what you feel is your winner. And we'll put you down for all your prizes. I don't see anything from the Tiny Dancer. Are you scared, little fella? Do you need to get in my pocket for safety? Jay Church, I just saw that. And while I'm, deeply wounded, I think that's a fantastic idea. I think I'm going to try to play with that a little bit and see what we can do. Oh. The world's okayest announcer. 83, 64, and 7 for Scott. And who did he pick? He picked 83, S. King. I don't see a number of I don't see a number of lead changes there, Mr. King. You might as well play all the games. World's okayest announcer. And the okay, I love that you capitalized that. That's fantastic for me. Yeah, I may try to look into that. We may do some 4 imprint stuff on that. Even though, I'm going to have to put a knife in there with a couple of drops of blood because that was a wound I may never recover from. Pace car is out of the way. We are ready.
Green flag.
For the Echo Park 75, presented by Port Charlotte Lawn Care, the Midwest Truck Series, and they're underway. Getting into turn 1, looks like Pearson is going to try to duck right in line. He doesn't want to challenge that high line. So Scott Pearson and McAvoy will go single file 1, 2, 3. They're double wide behind that. I think we're going to see double wide for a little while here. "33 lead changes for Chanel. Bigelow, the 27, watching the 31. Oh, man. All right, I got those. We're back to side by side. Pearson pulled out a line. He was in behind Jonathan Scott. He moved up in front of Reed Rundle. And now he is going to make a bid to stay out front. Remember, if the 51 can win this thing from the pole, he picks up an extra $50. We are 2 wide, 10 deep. I mean, the top 20 trucks are still racing 2 wide. It doesn't matter where we look. The whole field. Oh, Corey Blevins, problems for the 24 truck. Took that thing to pit road with the hurry. We'll see if he can make it back out. He's going to be several laps down, it looks like. But they're only 3.5 seconds from the 51 truck of Jonathan Scott all the way back to the 22 of Jacob Mashburn. He's running 30th. That is not very far when they're going 181, 182 miles an hour. Well, we're going to stay side by side, it looks like. Outside line, just not quite making a move. They are staying even, but they're not able to organize tight enough and pull ahead. This time Pearson with a little surge getting into 3. That'll probably erase right here about the exit of turn number 4. That time, Pearson led the lap, so there's an official lead change. One lead change is all we've had so far. We will come back to that ever so often so that we can see where we're at. We've got people from 4 all the way to 33 on our lead changes. You'll take commissions? Yeah, bet you will. Trucks moving around right in the middle of the pack. That was Brock Bigelow and the 28 truck of Lauren Legacy. Both of them big wiggles coming out of 4. Let's see where our top 4 are at. They haven't made a lot of progress. They're close together. There's Spalding. Boyd is right behind him, and Gaxel's right behind that. So those 3 look like they might be trying to hook up together and see if they can charge their way through the field. Movement here. Brandon Mackey, the 99. Trading back and forth with the 7 of Austin DeMore, and they're just moving. Inside line, outside line. They're shifting around on our scoring pylon. No official lead change. Top two, they started side by side. They qualified dead even. And they're still running dead even. I know Reed Rundle would like to push that 83 out in front, get him to change lanes, and have a chance to go up there and do some leading of his own. And that would get O.J. Church within one if that could happen. About to complete lap number 10. And it has been 2 wide, 10 deep. We go back to 20th place. You can finally see there isn't a 2 wide situation officially at 20th place. Somebody got it close to the fence. I'm going to go with the 55 truck. Oh, I'm wrong. I think it was the 8 truck. Got really tight with the fence down in turns 1 and 2. He is shooting sparks off that thing like he's got something on the right side dragging. Let's look at that 8 truck of Michael Everett. Oh! Contact behind. I don't know. Somebody just did a fantastic job of saving the truck, but I'm going to go with they probably need a new pair of shorts. I think it was Frank Ranger. His driver's suit may be soiled because he got that truck almost dead sideways on the high side. He almost did it again right there. I think he's got damage. That or he's got a tire down. He looks like he's got his hands full getting in the corners. Man, that was scary for a minute. There is so much fog in the air tonight. Everything looks like it's got a dirty haze on it, and it is just sunset with fog. That is all it is. We get into a spot where the sun really kind of isn't doing anything with the haze. The trucks look fine. Right now, they look like they're out there. I don't know if they can see very well. Let's go get an onboard look with Steven Pearson. You can see how much haze is in front of them as they're going around here. Pearson's using the high side pretty good. Drop just a little further back. Let's go to Barletta. He's third truck on the inside row, and you can see how much everybody's moving around. It's just like last week at Daytona. It is hard in dirty air to keep these trucks still. They never want to settle down. Still 2 wide, about 9 rows deep. If I go back here to Todd Keir, he's about the last one in a 2 wide. And he's got Ethan Lowe in the 71 on his outside right now. Everybody behind him pretty much single file. I think we're going to have to get the pit stops before we see any kind of a change. I don't know how many of you have been tuning in for very long, but about 2 seasons ago, Austin Householder, perfect pit stop, got out, got in front of the field, had the whole field a lap down at the end, and about 11 trucks got by him, but he ends up winning it on fuel mileage. He ran out on his cool-down lap. That happened right here at Echo Park. This is shaping up already, and we're just about 20% of the way through this. This is shaping up to be another one of those. We get the green flag pit stops, game changer. Mistakes will be made. People will miss pit boxes. They will speed in. They will speed out. It'll change this entire race. But until then, the boys got to white knuckle it, and they just got to keep their truck up underneath them and hope the pushes come in the right spots at the right times and they're not too violent when the contact gets made, and that the guy on their inside or outside doesn't get to meandering too awful much. You saw a little push there, 43, getting the 83 down in the corner in turn number 3. Jonathan Scott now has the lead all to himself, but I think that's about to evaporate as Reed Rundle gets behind Steven Pearson, gives him another good solid shove. Not going to get it this time. Officially, I think we've got 6 lead changes already between 2 drivers. As we work lap number 20. Drop back just a little bit. Let's go see what's happening around 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th here. Because you're going to look at the 69 truck of Forstner there in 8th. The green truck on the inside. Jacob Watson, caution for the first time. I am not sure I saw something happen right here. Oh, 71 truck. Yeah, that we didn't see that. We did not see that one. So let's go back, take another look. He just come down off the outside wall, got into Russell Harold. Oh, Bojanic got a piece of it. Oh, I'm trying to see who else got a piece of that. Dylan Herman gets a piece of it. So our first caution. That'll slow things down just a little bit. Comes on lap number 21, right as they started lap 21. I don't know what happened to Corey Blevins, but Corey Blevins is officially retired from this race. So if anybody picked Blevins in their trifecta, your trifecta would be blown up. Chanelli, I'm hoping I'm not butchering that. That right there will let you out of that. You still have a chance for the win with that 27 truck. A lot of drivers headed in, almost the whole field. The only driver stayed out. Well, he's crazy anyway. Steven Pearson, that 83 truck, did not pit. Ethan Lowe is already in and out of the pits. We'll see how damaged that truck is. But let's get in here. There goes Reed Rundle. He goes by Jonathan Scott. Here comes the 7, the 64. These guys must have taken 2 tires. Those were really quick pit stops, and a couple of them were back outside the top 10. Adam Vinny was one of those. Demore was back there just right in front of him. Rundle was up in the top 4. Well, hello, Jane. Better late than never. Garrett Boyd still on pit road. Frank Ranger, Bojanic, Gaxel, Herman, Lowe, McCrelly, they're all still on pit road. But Jonic's going to roll out. Something must be wrong with the 21 truck. He is going to lose a lot of spots. So Pearson and Rundle now 1-2. Demore and Vinny. New feature we have, we're looking to see. what all we can get there. I got to feel like a couple of these guys that are suddenly way up front, they have elected for 2 tires. Not a terrible strategy. A heat cycle on these tires can sometimes be a really nasty thing, especially on a restart. Now, Pearson's staying out. Gamble. But he's trying to do this, I think, maybe on one single stop. He might have learned from a couple of seasons ago, and I think that's what Householder did. He just took it to one stop. Pace car out of the way. That means we are about ready to go back to green flag racing. Beginning of, I think lap 24 is where we're going to be at. Yes, we are. Good start for Pearson. Man, he didn't spin the tires. He didn't do anything but launch, and that may be his undoing here momentarily. If those 3 Beards Conson boys get lined up, I seriously doubt that they give him a whole lot of quarter. They're going to just try to blow right by him. Inside line, forming up pretty good. Here comes Jonathan Scott back. Rundle is going to try to cover both lines momentarily. Now he'll move down. Now he'll move a little bit back up. Scott's going to get underneath him here. Now it's going to be 2 even lines at the start-finish line. Pearson going to get swallowed up whole right there as Rundle surges by on the high side.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution in behind. Oh, boy. All right, stop. Yeah, we're going to have to go look and see because these came through pretty late. Jesse Macy, is he part of this? 52, got turned off the nose of the 2 truck. And then Gomez, Kyer, Mashburn, Dylan Herman again. So madness and mayhem after a reset brought the field back together after a caution. Where are we at now? We're still at 6 lead changes. So Mr. Church, Bill Vinny, you're the next one. Need a few more leads. I think we're going to see a lot of lead changes here. We start getting into pit stops. If we can get to a green flag pit stop, you're going to see a plethora of changes. And now Stephen Pearson, after a couple of laps, has made his choice to come to pit road finally. Rundle, DeMore, Vinny, Scott, Pearson, McAvoy, Barletta, Abbott, Mackey, and Chavez were the top 10. As you can see, they are all bunched up. All those little colored dots, well, those are all the race trucks. Majonic on pit road again. Gaxel's on pit road again. Mashburn was part of it. I'm sure he needs to be. So was Gomez. McCrelly. Lowe was in that as well. Dylan Herman once again, and he's on pit road. Russell Harold, I think he is done and out. So we've got our second retiree. Coming around to start lap 28. We may get one to go here. We will get one to go. Reed Rundle has chosen the outside line. That'll put Jonathan Scott right behind him. And Barletta will line up behind Scott, behind Adam Vinny. That is Brian McAvoy in the 79. And Dylan Herman may not be returning. Ethan Lowe is back on track. Jacob Mashburn trying to roll off pit road right now. So we still have 28 drivers. And I still don't have word on what happened to Blevins. Well, Mindy Lee tardy to the party as well. Hi, Mindy. All right, that pace car is going to get out of the way. We're going to restart. Beginning of lap number 29. We are creeping in on halfway here. About 8 laps shy of being half. Into the start zone we go, and the green flag falls the instant we get to the line. Rundle got a great start. Jonathan Scott, I thought was going to get a good start with him, but he kind of stumbled a little right there. Now the outside line starting to get formed back up. They'll make a charge and get up here to get even with Rundle once again. Is that Frank Chavez? No, that's Brandon Mackey in the 99, third in that outside row. Watson fourth. He's just not close enough to give a lot of help. That inside row, all kinds of broken apart now as Jonathan Scott pulled down to the inside to take the lead away from Reed Rundle. Barletta on the high side. Rundle up the hill. Woo! Big drift from the 43 getting into turn 3. I think Rundle got a tap from the back at the same time he tapped the truck in front of him, and it unweighted his truck greatly. I thought he might wreck that there on the front stretch, but he did a good job of hanging on to it. He's going to stay in that second spot on the inside. We're below the line. Reed Rundle. Rundle headed to pit road. I don't know what that's about. We're going to go watch. We're going to see if this is just some kind of a stop and go or what it is. Mackey now to the point. Another new leader in this thing. 8 lead changes. A pass-through penalty for the 43. I'm going to go with he may have jumped to that start. I thought the green flag came out before he took off. Could be wrong. He's going to go a lap down. There goes your leaders. Mackey, Scott. Now DeMoore is right there. Adam Vinny behind that. We're getting a little more single file at the front. We're not too wide at the moment. McAvoy got some clean track in front, trying to catch up to your front two, but it looks like DeMoore and Vinny are going to line up. They're going to try to make a run towards the front. Abbott is behind them, then Watson. Couple of green trucks. That looks like Kyer and Forstner. Trying to help these guys. We're going to get closer to the front because that outside line has now gotten to a point where they can side draft off the leader. Mackey gonna hang on to the lead. Abbott got Vinny a little loose right there. Those two go up. A little kiss to the wall with the 64. Shouldn't be any damage. He should be just fine. Just lost touch with his teammate, and now we're going to have the big one. Here's the parking lot, folks. Yikes. And that was an untimely push from the 64 on the 7. Turned him to the left, got him into the 51 of Scott. That may dash Scott's chances to pick up the from the pole bonus. And we'll see how hurt DeMoore's truck is. But we're go to caution number 3 on lap there. We are going to go halfway under the caution. We will get wave around there. Right now, it looks like Mashburn is your lucky dog. So he should get a wave around. If everybody pits, I would imagine that Rundle and some of these guys will stay out and get their lap back. It's just something I think should happen. Some of these guys may not pit because we can't quite make it from here. And it looks like several of our front runners will. And in fact, 12th place, Chris Gaxel, the first to go in. Spalding went in behind him. Then Callis and Barletta and several of those guys are going to go in behind that. That's going to move old Steven Pearson. I thought his pit strategy was a little weak a little while ago. But he has moved himself back to 13th now under this caution. What do we got for lead changes at the moment? Well, look at that. 8 still. Reed Rundle went to pit road again. I'm not following that, but you're a lap down. You're not getting a wave around. You know, some fresh field goods might be a good deal. Barletta. DeMoore went in as well, and I know he had damage. I don't know how long he's going to sit there. He may sit there for a minute. Jonathan Scott's truck, super heavy damage. He's missing the right front fender. He's got the right side all mashed in. Car's starting to roll off. So we'll get back up front. Mackey, McAvoy, Vinny, Watson, Abbott, Keir, Forstner, Boyd, Bigelow, and Everett. Garrett Boyd from the back to 8th now. We're right around halfway. Getting himself in a position where he can come up here and try to steal him a win. 64 truck, slow on the apron. Out of 3rd place. And he's continuing to slow down. Now it looks like he's got it under power and he's going to roll again. Up front, Mackey chose the inside. That puts McAvoy on the outside. It'll put Abbott behind Mackey, and it'll put Watson behind McAvoy. Keir will be behind Watson, and Mike Forstner will line up in that 69 truck behind the 32 on the inside road. And you can see Brock Bigelow and Garrett Boyd making their way. New favorite form of it. Where are you watching from? And please, if I'm butchering this, try to give me some kind of phonetic pronunciation. Chanelli? Is that right, or is it Shanelli? All right, pace car is about to drop on off. Brandon Mackey looking for the start zone. Bunching everybody up super tight right here. Green flag, and he's on the throttle. We're underway once again, lap number 40. So a little past halfway. Mackey with the big run out front. Watson dropped from the outside to the inside row. He's third in the line. He gave Abbott a push. They have got McAvoy stuck on the outside all by his lonesome. Yeah, you know, Jonathan, you had a $50 bonus to you if you could have won that thing from the pole tonight. I'm sure that's like rubbing salt in an open wound, but, man, it's a tough break. Mackey, Abbott, 1-2. They were clear of the field. I don't think that's going to last much longer as Forstner's now trying to get the 79 on a roll up the backstretch. Closing in. He doesn't want to get up there until he saw what has been happening with all the tippity taps. I want to go back here and find out the 64 truck. And that may have been a drop to the back for penalty. He did turn the 7 into the 51. He may have had to go to the back for penalty right there. Top 2 have cleared. Watson is trying to be the third truck to clear single file. The outside line's starting to get a little more organized. They just need to stay about a quarter truck length apart and in line, and they can make up some room. Northern Michigan. Stanley Troxel. Trying to figure out where Chanelli's from, because if this is new to them, we welcome them to our weekly broadcast. Manton, Michigan. Brock Bigelow. Okay. Little wiggle out of the 99. He got moved out of the way. And now he is having a hard time. That truck bobbing and weaving around this front stretch, which isn't straight anyway. But he was bobbing and weaving left, right. Looked like he was a little punch drunk. Something happened to Garrett Boyd. He fell back to 10th, and I think that inside line got a good run. And he was committed to staying with those guys on the outside, and it just didn't work. But our fan favorite currently, the most talked about right now, the 27 of Brock Bigelow. Well, he's 5th officially, but he's in that pack right there. Now he's going to be 6th as they head into turn 1. Third truck on the inside row. I don't know. It'll be really close if we can make it on fuel. I'd be shocked if we can make it all the way. Let's go find out. Mr. Adam Vinny is working his way back up here after the penalty. He's got his teammate Reed Rundle behind him. Rundle not on the lead lap, but still lined up behind him trying to push him back up here, and he's not that far away. Stephen Pearson, 14th. Kevin Spaulding, not far behind that. Spaulding, your winner at Daytona last week, struggling a little bit right now here at Echo Park. Shane Abbott, wow. Boy, talk about a blast from the past. Noah Abbott, the 32 truck, out in front. And we'll do a quick check again to see where we're at for our lead changes. It is not a fit. That can't be right. Unless they haven't had it at the line. Says it's right. The lap count's right. The cautions are right. 8 lead changes. I feel like we had that number a little while ago. Oh, big bobble. 21 truck. That nose on that truck went left, then it went right, and then it came back, and the rear end lined up behind it. Pucker factor 6, driver 21. Inside 30 laps to go. Right there in 7th spot. He just needs a little opening. You can see the flames shoot out of the right side of that truck. He had to lift big time to stay out of the bumper of the 69 of Mike Forstner right there. Remember, he was 10th about 4 laps ago. They've stayed 2 wide. Abbott and Mackey still 1-2. Watson tucked right in behind, so the team truck's all right there together. Brock Bigelow is in that. He's right there as well. They've got them all grouped up together now. Let's go back here. Paul Bojanic, the 3 truck, and he is still side by side with Rundle and Vinny back here. That's about 14th and 15th, 16th place. There comes Austin DeMoore back around. He's up to 16th on the outside. He's got Barletta pushing him a little bit. Barletta fell off right here as we came across the line. Gaxel, 3rd place driver last week at Daytona. Had to start at the back, but he is staying in touch with the 25. Maybe they're going to make a late race run through the field. It's going to be tough if they stay too wide, because 3 wide really is difficult here. I saw some guys try it in practice. It didn't work out too good. Well, we're staying side by side, the first 5 rows, 6 rows, 7 rows now. All side by side up here. We're all the way back to 13th and 14th. Watson getting good pushes on the inside. Giving them to the 32 of Abbott, keeping him out front. He just can't get where he's clear, and he's able to change lanes, get a little air in the nose of that truck, and maybe put himself out front. But Jacob Watson doing a good job as a pusher right now, just trying to click off the laps. Oh, Mackey gets turned up. Oh, my good. You kidding me? They're going to save this? They are going to. No, we are not going to save it. We're not. We are not. Unfortunately, and I mean this because it looked like the guys up front were actually going to save these trucks. But it's going to happen right there behind them. Everybody trying to check and move and change lanes. And Coy Callis and Paul Bojanic got together as well behind this. You saw Bojanic go screaming through the screen right there. He hit the inside or the outside wall a couple of times. Adam Vinny got a piece. I don't know how damaged Vinny's truck is. Yeah, something is, we're not counting right, folks. I don't know why it stopped counting, but it stopped counting. So we're going to have to go back and probably count it. We're probably at about 15 or 16. I have to figure out why that counter quit counting. Maybe we'll do something a little drastic here. We don't often do this unless it's necessary, but we're going to do a reload of everything real fast. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks, Mindy. I forget. You get to know everything before everybody else. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. We're going to have to find out what the actual count was. We get down closer to the end. I may bring up a screen I don't often show. See if we can get a race recap from iRacing. Either way, it's been a very good race. We're working caution number 4. But it has still been a really good race. There's been a lot of side-by-side racing. We've seen some stuff. I thought those guys at the front were going to be the wreck when Mackey got turned, but they got it back straight. Everybody checking up not to run them over. I think kind of started in an accordion effect, and that is where ultimately our incident came from. So McAvoy and Forstner are 1-2. Mackey saved that truck. He ends up 3rd right now. Abbott is who got into him, and he is now 4th. He got a punt in the back, and I want to say he got that from, I'm trying to remember who was behind him, and for the life of me, I can't do it. But they may have nose damage. It puts Boyd 5th, then Frank Ranger in the 17. We saw him have all kinds of problems early in this race. It was the 31 of Watson. That's who was behind Abbott I don't see damage on the nose of the 31, so maybe it just got that bumper on the 31 pushed up a little bit. Might lessen the drag. You can see the 32 truck. He's a little caved in the center of the bumper right there. All right, we're going to double trucks up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. We're going to be inside 20 laps to go. McAvoy, Forstner, Abbott, Mackey, Boyd, Ranger, Watson, Chavez, Bigelow, Keir are going to be the top 10 right now. I want to go see 64 truck still sitting on pit road. He did not fare well. The very end of the Daytona race did not put him in a good position in points coming into this week. And if he has another DNF, he is going to be fighting, scratching, and clawing to get every point he can all season long to try to come back and contend for the title. He only lost by a few points last season. All right. We're about to go green flag racing once again. 69 truck up on the outside. Adam Vinny made it back onto the racing surface. He's catching up to the field. He is just a little ways back now, but he is close. Close. As we're going to get into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Yeah, they're going to get going. He might be able to catch the draft and hang on. I don't know how damaged his truck is. McAvoy with Mackey behind him. Good push. Garrett Boyd now is going to try to move to the high side draft these two until help can get there, and he's going to try to hold himself in the position. Contact. He's going to find the fence a little bit. Mackey got into the door on the 21. Got him out of shape. Good save. Outside line. Still going to be there. As Noah Abbott now pulls right back. He had no help, and he got right back in the hole that he left himself. So the top four all the way back to Watson. Clear of the field. Single file line. Boyd and Forstner now trying to work that high line. Come back. Get towards the front. Lot of moving up front. Oh, my. That is a slow truck right in the middle of the track. I don't even know who that is. 71 truck of Ethan Lowe. And we're still having contact. Yeah, Frank Ranger's around. Caution's coming.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Yep, this was bad from the start right there. He's got a lot of damage on that truck. And Ranger tried to go around. Looked like Michael Everett caught a piece of that as well. So we'll slow things down once again. That'll change things up a little bit. Woo, doggies. It is getting wild in the big town tonight. We're getting close to being down to single-digit laps remaining, and the intensity ratchets up when it's time to show the checks. One way or another, we're going to figure out how many lead changes we had. I won't go off the air until I know for sure. Because 8 is not the number. And I don't know why that silly thing stuck, but it stuck. Couple of cars on pit road. Kevin Spaulding, Alex Thompson, Michael Everett, Christian McRelly, Paul Bojanic, Jacob Mashburn. All took their trucks to pit road to try to get more damage fixed. I think Reed Rundle could be our lucky dog. He might get a wave around. Looks like he's going to right here. So that will put Rundle back on the lead lap. He's going to be close to the back. somewhere around 20th. But he's going to get scored after a lap or so, probably somewhere about 16th or 18th maybe. Just trying to look at who is on the lead lap and who is not right now. Depends on what happens with the 3, the 22, and the 50. That's really quickly. Let's take a look at who has moved the farthest right now. Legacy. Picked up 14 spots already. So has Gaxel. Those two would be. Our biggest losers? Looked like there was a 28 spot for Jonathan Scott. All right, doubled up. We are getting ready to go back to green. A lot of trucks trying to catch back up to the field. Adam Vinny on the track once again. He is officially, I think, a lap. He might be 2 laps down. We'll wait till timing and scoring catches up. Several trucks, several laps down. Callis, Macy, several of them. But we're ready to get the green flag racing. This is going to be we're going to start lap 62. 14 laps is what we'll have remaining. Reed Rundle, 22nd. He was a lot further back than I thought, but he is on the lead lap. So you see a lot of flames, guys trying to time it up, missing it a little bit. We go to green flag. And a good start for McAvoy. So far, every leader has had great starts, and then they just get run right back down. As Boyd is going to push Mackey here on the outside. As Watson tries to get to Abbott. That bent bumper may be a little bit of a deterrent to try to push him too much up the backstretch. Real easy to get that truck turned. Mackey and Boyd on the high side alone right now because Forstner fell back about 6 truck lengths. Now he's closing up. He's going to get there right about the start-finish line. "12 laps remaining. I think everybody can make it on fuel because we've had enough caution laps. And we're going to keep the camera right here on the front. McAvoy back to the, oh no, Mackey drifted up. Boyd got into the left rear corner. And that is going to change a lot of things. Yeah, Garrett Boyd just got a good run here. Mackey stayed out too wide, and then Calamity. Forstner gets a piece. There's Kevin Spaulding. That's the 50 of Macy. Or no, McRelly. I'm sorry. The 50 of Christian McRelly. He got a piece of it. I told you the intensity was going to ratchet up the closer we got to single digits. Happens at every super speedway. Vinny's a couple of laps down. He's right behind this. We got to see who the first. He's the only truck not on the lead lap right now that is on the racetrack. So he should get at least one wave around. 21 truck. Left side is all kinds of tore up on that truck. So he is on pit road. Ranger's still out there. Some of these guys coming to pit road now. Ranger, McRelly, Bojanic, Mashperson. Mackey's coming in as well. He probably needs to. He probably got some damage. You can see the left rear corners kind of crushed in and pulled down a little bit right there. And I bet the right side of that truck is hurt as well. 43 of Rundle coming back in too. We're ticking the laps up. We're down to 9 to go. It's going to be 8 to go the next time. So we haven't had the big one, but we have had a couple of big ones. There goes Adam Vinny to get one of his 2 laps back. Ranger just come off pit road. Reed Rundle's still sitting on pit road. DeMore is on pit road. Mackey, Forstner, Bojanic, McRelly. Adam Vinny's going to catch the back of the field. He will be 1 lap down now. If we can catch another quick caution, he can get back on the lead lap. 64 truck. McAvoy, Abbott, Watson, Bigelow, Pearson. In the top 5, he started outside the front row. He's back in the top 5. Chavez, Gaxel. Gaxel, one of the top 4 in points, had to go to the back. Now inside the top 10 in 7th. Legacy, Keir, and Barletta. Barletta stayed up front at Daytona last week, almost the whole night, and then got into an incident that put him out of a chance to finish on the podium. So some new faces up front. Frank Chavez up here. 23 truck. Not super often that we see that 23 front. We saw him up front at Daytona. He likes the big drafting tracks, it looks like. Going to have about 7 laps remaining as we take the green flag. Brandon Mackey. It looks like he's going to roll maybe off pit road, but he is going to be a couple of laps down. Well, maybe 1 lap down. As the pace car heads to the infield. We'll hit the start zone. What could be the final restart?
Green, green, green.
Fingers crossed. We'll have 7 laps remaining. Another good start for McAvoy. You don't want to get too far out there because now Bigelow is pushing on Abbott. And now he'll drop down to the inside and get behind Watson. Watson couldn't get out of the line because he'd leave his teammate dead hanging behind him and stuck on the inside line. I think you'll see the 31-27. If they get clear, 27 will move to the outside. The 31 will go with him, and they will tandem draft and try to get around that 79 truck. Here comes Steven Pearson up to 4th. Gaxel's right there. So the top 5 are single file. Then it's 2 wide behind that. That's Keir on the inside, the 88, and Abbott, who just got hung out up there on the outside line. And he is going back like he's dragging an anchor. There it goes, Bigelow and Watson to the top side. Almost contact coming out of 2. Pearson now pushing McAvoy. Wave lap that time, 5 to go. Bigelow gets Watson clear of the field. Pearson looks like he's biding his time before he really starts pushing the bumper of the 79. He might be worried about old tires and it being a little greasy. Watson stays out front. Big bobble out of the 32. I don't know if that was because the 27, he had contact or he's trying not to have contact. That time Pearson got right to the bumper and keeps the 79 to the inside. Oh, truck slow on the bottom. Was that Frank Ranger? Oh, my goodness. That almost changed everything because we almost got the whole front of the field cleaned out. I did not see that truck that slow up there. Woo, that was close. And now McAvoy back to the front with a help from Pearson.
All right, man. Caution.
Caution behind. I don't know who was in this. I just know we got us a caution. Oh, no. 23 truck, Frank Chavez. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. They said in the driver's meeting, 3 wide really doesn't work. So far, we've seen it a couple of times, and the truck on the very outside has paid the price. So we are going to head to overtime, folks. Interesting. McAvoy, Watson, Pearson, Bigelow, Abbott, Gaxel, Keir, Thompson, Barletta, and Legacy, the top 10 right now. We saw the 16 truck turn sideways earlier tonight. Yeah, you can see he's missing the left front fender. He is going to probably pull that thing out of the way because he will be a little slow on the restart. And he does not want to cause a caution right there on the restart. Thank everybody for hanging with us. Getting a little rough at the end of this one. 7th caution. We've had, 3 in the last 20 laps? Abbott's still in the top 5. Gaxel stayed up here in the top 6. Barletta with another shot late in one of these big plate races. Kevin Spaulding, last week's winner. He's right there in 10th. Looks like he's got a little bumper cover and tailgate damage on that 25 machine. McRelly right behind him. Forstner. Left side of that truck scarred up. It's got battle wounds. He's right in front of Austin DeMoore. Mashburn, Boyd, Chavez, Thompson. Adam Vinny rolled it back out here. He's kept it on the track. He stays 1 lap down. Is that right? Yeah, 1 lap down. He and Reed Rundle together, 1 lap down right there. They are 19 and 20. Bojanic in the pits, now rolling out. So he's probably going to stay close to that 18th position that it shows him in. Ranger and Mackey laps down. I think Michael Everett has taken the 8 truck behind the wall. Coy Callis has finished. Macy, Lowe, Gomez, Herman, Scott, Harold, Blevins, all out of this thing. So we'll get them doubled up. It's going to be overtime. Going to be laps 77 and 78. Is that right? I still don't think this thing's working, but let's do it one more time just because. Nope, it's up to 10 lead changes. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm sorry. I feel like we've had more than 10 lead changes. I feel like we've had more than 10 leaders. All right. McAvoy, and he keeps getting good starts, but then he gets swallowed up heading down the backstretch. So we'll see if he and Pearson can do something. You got the teammates up on the top side. Watson and Bigelow. If they can work it right, they get hooked up quickly. They may have a shot to get this thing cleared and go 1-2 this evening. Watson has yet to win at Midwest Truck Series. Into the start zone we come. Green flag and a great start from McAvoy. Pearson didn't get a terrible start. He'll get out in front of Watson temporarily, but Bigelow's going to push him right back. They tried to get in, pull a little draft off the 83 truck. Here comes the 32 of Abbott trying to catch up to Pearson. Pearson's best shot may have been to move in front of the 31 when he had a chance, and he didn't do it. And now the push down the backstretch. White flag's going to come out this time. If we get there with no caution, the next flag ends it. Doesn't matter what it is. There's your white flag. Watson was out front. McAvoy and Pearson just can't get together, and I think that's going to be their detriment. Now Pearson gets there. Pushing the 79 into turn 3. Oh, little bobble out of the 31. Is that enough to give McAvoy a win? Pearson looks to dip inside. He didn't get there. Who's it going to be at the line? McAvoy picks up the win. Watson second. Pearson in third. Bigelow fourth and Abbott fifth in less than 1/10 of 1 second. First to fifth. We'll take a quick look. I'm going to lay it right over top of that. I'm not sure. 11 lead changes is what it said we had. I find that hard to believe. I'm going to go look on the official results here in just a moment. But we're going to start dragging drivers. Watson. I don't know where Mr. McAvoy is. Where is Pearson? Let's move him. And we're going to move him a couple of times. Now we got to find Mr. McAvoy. I do not see him. Hopefully he will come back. Hopefully our winner will make his way in here so we get a chance to talk to him. But first, he started on the outside row. Weird pit strategy, in my opinion. He falls way to the back. He jumps around back and forth a little bit. And then next thing you know, he's in the top 5. Now he's standing on the third step of the podium. Stephen Pearson, POW truck, pretty strong. Got you back up there.
What up, Raj?
Same old stuff, my brother. Same old stuff, man. Look like a little backwards forwards. I questioned your pit strategy call, but it looks like it worked out.
Well, I questioned it myself. After I saw everybody pit, I was like, well, I'm the only one out here. Awesome. But that's not good.
Well, we thought maybe you were going to try to do that single stop thing like, what was it, Austin Householder did a couple of seasons ago where he won it on fuel mileage. We got a rash of cautions in there. That's kind of uncharacteristic for this bunch.
Yeah, I don't know. When I pitted, it showed I had like 20-something laps left, and there were still 40 to go. I was like, yeah, no way I can push it that far.
Yeah, you're not going to stretch 20 to 40 in a truck, my friend.
No, not at all. Especially not out front, because you're never letting off the gas. So,
Well, your teammate wins last week. You get a podium this week. The beer drinking bunch is having some good runs here.
yeah, Team Rush is doing pretty good. Yep, Kevin and Garrett got 1-2 last week. I got a third this week. Hey, I'm happy about it.
All right, man. Well, an awesome run tonight. Give me some shout-outs. Give me some thank yous, and I will let you go celebrate with another Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew. Yeah, just a shout out to everybody out here, man. It was good fun there. I had told Brian there at the end that, starting first and I'll push you. I'm not going to try to pass, so I was just pushing him and trying to get him up there. Shout out to all the sponsors. I have no idea who they all are, but shout out to them, all the guys out here, and shout out to my brother Kevin. Hope he gets to feeling better. I know he's having a hard time right now, but he's going to get through it.
All right, man. Well, give Kevin our best, too, and thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run. We'll see what you can do next week right back here.
Yes, sir, Big Daddy. We'll see you next week.
Steven Pearson finishing in a third tonight. Rare that I get to talk to him on the podium, and it's a lot of fun when I do because we go back a long, long ways. This guy, still a bridesmaid, not a bride just yet, but he had a shot. Jake, I'm watching, just couldn't stay connected with your partner there for that last full lap.
Man, that was fun. Yeah, I don't know what happened going into 3. I don't know if I cut it in a little too tight. But yeah, we just couldn't get connected going into 3. And then we got connected coming out of 4, and we had a big run, but it just wasn't enough. But man, what a fun, just clean finish. That was very enjoyable.
Well, at a point, all of you were kind of up there, and then I'm not sure exactly what happened, but mayhem. Somebody got into somebody's bumper, got somebody sideways. Next thing you know, the 99 trucks, he had to fall back. I don't even know where he finished. He was pretty far back. But at one point, all of you were up there kind of racing. Were you guys making kind of a plan where you could figure out how to get all 3 in a single line?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, before the race, we just told each other, like, good luck. If we run into each other, then perfect. If we don't, it's a free-for-all. So it just so happened we linked up for majority of the race. And then, from my perspective, I was pushing the 32, and then I think the 99 got clear, and then he came down while we had a run. And we were trying to check up, and we just had too much speed and caused a little bit of a miscue there.
Yeah, looked like a fun race. Everybody kind of moving around, jostling for positions. You going to come home in second tonight? You got some shout-outs for us before we let you go?
Oh, yeah. Always you for putting this on, man. I hope tonight was at least a fun one to watch. And then TCW Construction, DNF Racing, and all my teammates, man. We got a good group of guys. Fountain City Landscaping, Velocity Race Wraps, and Goodyear Tires for giving us some grip tonight.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. One of these days we expect that 31 truck to break through and be in victory circle.
Hey, man, I got one last year now at Michigan. I'll be back.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't remember that 31 truck in victory lane, but you know what? I'm old and I sleep a little every now and then, so
oh yeah,
I got excuses, my brother. Good run tonight, man. We'll see you back here next week.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Jacob Watson picking up a second place here tonight, and now he got to the front. He got a little bit of help here. He got a little bit of help there, but he was able to position himself for a shot at the win and coming out of turn 4. Mr. McAvoy, did you know everybody was kind of all around you and trying to pounce?
Yeah, at that point I was hanging on for dear life. I actually tried first gear on that last restart, and it worked a little too well, and I think I got a little too far out in front and gave everybody behind me a great run at me. Got some great pushes, and really my goal was just to hang on the bottom, wrap the bottom, and whatever happened, happened. So it, it all fortunately all worked out. But all I heard the spotter say out of 4 was 3 wide, and I was just trying to keep it straight and get to the line first, but couldn't really tell. It was so close.
Well, 3 wide is what it ended up. It was almost 5 wide right there. You go back and watch the replay, you're going to see everybody trying to fan out and get to everywhere on you. But you held them all off. You did it with what you said. You kind of got a little bit of a too good. In fact, I thought you got 2 or 3 really good starts. You got out there, and I was kind of amazed you didn't just get swallowed up and run right over. But you did a great job holding on. You got a little help from behind. Did you and Pearson have that all worked out?
Yeah, I got a DM. So being a rookie in the league, I still got to earn my stripes a bit, and just trying to keep my nose clean and just race everybody clean. But I did get a message. I was going to get a push, so I'm certainly grateful for that, and just like I said, thankful to be in the league, and it's been a great 2 races so far.
Well, crazy place to break through and get your first win in the series, but you did it here tonight, man. You got some shout-outs for us?
Well, absolutely. I got to thank my primary sponsor, Franklin Motorsports. They've been with me for 10-plus years. I'm a former kart racer and retired from that, and now a sim racer, and they've been great to me. So they've supported me all along and continue to support me here on the in the sim racing world. So definitely got to give them a shout-out. So grateful to them.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week and see what you can do when we come off of the plate tracks.
Sounds great. Look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Brian McAvoy picking up the win here tonight at Echo Park. Great race. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. It's always great. 17 was our official lead changes. So nobody had 17. We had a 15, and then it was a big gap to there. So 17, nobody wins the bonus. Our pole sitter did not win the race, so no bonuses there. We'll have to figure. We did not have anybody pick the 79 truck for winners, and so that eliminates pretty much all the trifectas, as it were. We'll figure out who the dash for cash was, because we didn't write down the names on the qualifying order. We didn't look that deep because all those numbers came from about 14th to 26th in qualifying. So, nothing tomorrow night, guys. We will not be back again until Monday, and then we'll do our regular run of shows. Dirt Slingers Racing League and the Monday Night Thunder, they go 410 sprint car racing at Limaland next Monday night to kick the week off. ERA will be back on Tuesday nights, and then probably right after ERA, we'll do the Digital Sim Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series as those guys go to Chicagoland, big track, and we'll see who goes there. Adam Vinny be going for 4 in a row. We'll see if somebody can step up and stop that string and put a new winner in victory lane on the Sunday night series. And then Wednesday night we'll be right back here again, and we'll figure out a Thursday show as things go on. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, this wouldn't be nearly as much fun, and there wouldn't be any reason for us to be doing this. So thank you very much for that. Thanks to all the great leagues that give us fantastic racing every night, man. You guys get a high five and a pat on the back every single time. Come back and see us as soon as you can. But until then, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down.